Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back to another layout for 30 Days of Sketches, Christie's Beautiful Life. And this sketch is by Pam Cook. And let's see, so I knew you might have seen this picture before. One of the first videos that I shared was of a mini album that I created with my friends Shannon and Yvonne, and so I decided I also wanted to create a layout. I think this was one of the few 12 by 12 papers that I had left of this Life on Bloom collection, and so I just decided to use up more of my goodies and create this layout. So this was actually one of the very first videos that I created, and let's see, it would have either been the end of December or probably early January. And because we had a few of the sketches available to us. And so then, so it's been a while since I created this, and it's now finally time that I can share it. Um, so I was still trying to figure out some of the lighting and placement and things like that on my videos. So let's see. So I had some of these 49 Market film strips, and let's see, I'm putting those off to the side. And of course, her sketch calls for, I believe, 4 pictures, and I only have one. But the 2 tags at the bottom represent 2 of those photos. So I'm going to make like a cluster down there with some more of the flowers and some phrases. And then the other 2 pictures up towards the top is where my actual 1 picture is in the film strips. So always remember to try and make, let the sketch inspire you, but you don't have to make it exactly how it's shown as well. So really I used it more for placement of my items on my layout. And so recently I had seen a layout where somebody didn't really tie like bows or knots or anything through the tags of, or the holes of their tags, that they just kind of looped some thread or string through it. And I thought that was kind of a fun idea, so I kind of looped it around, and some of them, like here where I can reach with my tiny attacher, I did go ahead and just staple that. And then some of the others, I did end up putting little loops and just kind of glue it down to make it stay how I want it to look. And not all these show because I end up putting stuff over the top, but I wasn't exactly sure where everything was going to go. So I thought that was a new fun idea to try and incorporate here. And now I'm going to go ahead and start putting down some of my embellishments, and I'm cheers to all of you with my beverage. The one I was drinking was an IPA from a local brewery, and it was called something for teachers. And so some of the proceeds went to a local school here, or a couple local schools, just as like a fundraiser. So teachers are amazing. I couldn't do what they do, so thank you to all those teachers out there if you're watching. God bless you, because I couldn't do the job that you do. So I'm glad there are people out there that can do it. So I'm adding some of these floral bits here, and I actually think those 2 florals that I'm working with right now, I think those were from the sticker book. And so I did put those on some white paper, and I fussy cut around them because I knew I needed to add foam adhesive underneath to match the same height as my photo. And so I'd gone through some of my sticker sheets and other embellishments and found some things that I thought would work really good with this layout. And so there you can see I have them stuck on my sticker sheet, that those were some of the Tim Holtz snarky label stickers. And I believe some of the other chipboard phrases that I have out there were from various Vicky Bouton chipboard sheets. And that besties was a sticker. I think it might have been something from Simple Stories a long time ago, but I could be wrong. And so it finally made it onto a layout that worked within my collection here. And so just adding more of those word stickers all around and adding some embellishments. I had to get a drink of coffee here this morning while I'm relaxing and just doing some voiceovers today, trying to get caught up so I can share them with you guys. Let's see, looking through the sticker book again to see if there's anything. Oh, I'm going to use one of those border stickers there. And I love that pink sticker right there. It says, we are like a really small gang, which is kind of true or funny. So Yvonne lives in Utah, and Shannon and I live here in Iowa. And so during the pandemic, we actually started doing video calls. And so we actually have continued to do it, that when we can, we try at least once a month, and if not more often if we can. And it has just been great. It's like a therapy session that we all need, that we all share kind of what's going on. And by the end, I know I always feel better, that I hope they feel better as well after we have our little talks and kind of pep each other up and continue on. So still looking through the stickers to see if there's anything else I want to add. And let's see if I find, looks like some little tiny pieces to scatter around. And let's see what I decided to peel that up and stick that as another layer underneath the words there. And looks like I did finally cut off the branding strip at the top as well. And so Shannon and Yvonne and I, we all used to work together. And when Yvonne retired, her and her husband moved to Utah. And but I've known Shannon since 1999, and I've known Yvonne since 2004. And somehow we just clicked. I don't know. Do you ever just have friends like that it's just like, yep, they're my kind of people? And yeah, love them to death. So let's see, what else am I doing here? Trying to find the perfect spot for my butterfly here, and my word stickers, and moving everything around. Oh my gosh, how many times can I move those little stickers around? Are you guys like that? It's like, nope, not quite right, not quite right. So here it looks like I'm finally ready to start gluing some of these things down, and get my T-square ruler out and make sure that is straight on the layout, because the tags were not straight. I mean, they were just kind of added on there wonky, so I wanted to make sure I had something straight on the layout. And okay, what are we doing here? Then, I'm finally going to put down those word stickers as well. And I think you noticed that while I was working with those word stickers, that they are longer, but I did cut them strategically so they worked for how I wanted them to look on my layout. So some of them I've used just as is. I may have just cut off the white extra space on either side of the sticker, but then others I cut into smaller strips, even like this chipboard piece. I did cut that up as well, so it was more like three small strips coming out from the photos. So don't be afraid to change your stickers and embellishments to work for how you want them to look as well, if you can. It's just kind of adds some additional interest to the layout of how I wanted it to go into smaller sections versus one long strip. And as you can see, I'm also just gluing the butterflies down in the middle, using my tweezers to hold it down so I can raise up those wings. And I know they'll get squished in my album eventually, but I do have a gallery wall, and so I just like to have that dimension on there. I don't put any pop dots underneath it. If it gets squished, it gets squished, and it'll be just fine. So I get a few more butterflies and other bits and pieces on here. And, oh, one more butterfly. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Did I get that on there? Yay, it made it on. So, and now I'm just kind of looking to see what else do I need to do. Oh, and then I finish it off with some of these pearl bits. So I had several of these old My Mind's Eye Brad's sheets, and so I actually pulled these pink ones from several different sets that might only come with one or two, yet they all coordinated through several different collections, and pulled those in. And I do use my hot glue gun to put those on. That I don't like to put the prongs through the paper anymore, so I usually just bend the prongs off and break them off and then just use hot glue to put them on. So I've done that for years. Once in a while I will use the prongs if it's going to be a layer that goes directly on my paper, but when it's an afterthought like this, right at the very end, then I just pull the prongs off and make it work. So I think this is pretty much going to wrap things up here pretty soon. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those below. Otherwise, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe. And let's see, I guess just thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Close-up photos to follow.